was the smallest kid in my classroom. All my mates were bigger than me. I could reach up to the shoulders by my height. They were like a big giraffe, and I was just like a small rat kid. For me, my classroom was the most boring since I had no friends at all. And no friends mean no sharing fun, no sharing anything, not even a joke. And sometimes I had to be frightful with them. I could talk no more word more than them. But this word, frightful, chose to one of the boy named Ramesh. He's the biggest student of our class with rock muscles and 5 feet tall height. The saddest thing was that he was a book bully. Every day I observed him hitting some small kids, hitting on their hair, putting them on dustbins, all the activities that were related to bullying. Looking at those kids, I wanted to protect them, save them, being a senior, but I could not. Even I was a senior, I just had to act junior, since I had no heart of a lion and a big arms like Ramesh. And one day, when we were playing football, I accidentally stepped over Ramesh's foot. He got furious and angry with me. Then I said in small voice, "Sorry, Dai, it was accidentally." But he did not listen to me. He started beating me. He started beating me as if I was just like a punching bag. And after some time, I bleeded through my nose. Then he stopped beating me and said in rough voice, "If you tell this to anyone, you'll get more beating than this." His threatening worked on my heart. I didn't tell this anything, even to my godparents, my mother and my father. I thought today was my bad day. The next day it won't happen again. But the next day when I arrived at school, I didn't even realize now I was just treated as a kid. I was no more made to him now. I was just like a play doll for him. That wherever he finds me, swats me on my head, kicks me, calls my bad name, calling Fiste Futche, and all the activities. This kind of activity started torturing me more and more and more until one day I could not hold on to these problems. I directly told this to my class teacher. My class teacher called him and started scolding him for some time. After he left, I can't believe my eyes. Once again, he started beating me more harder than before. From that day, I was just like a burnt dog that was being threatened by a small lightning. Wherever I see his sight or hear his voice, I never walked on that way. I totally started ignoring him. I totally stopped complaining. But he never stopped bullying me. He kept on doing that with his friend, as that was a fun for him. As it got worse and worse and worse, I started not studying. I started not eating food. And the more importantly thing is that I started hating education, which was the most important thing for me. I started not studying, and morely, I started skipping classes. Every day I woke up, wore my dress, walked for some distance, and I could find two ways. One way leading me to the school, and the other way leading me to the park. Remembering Ramesh and his bully friends, I always chose the park way. And in the park, I used to play for the whole day, and at night, when I come back to my home, my parents always used to scold me. They say, "You started hating education, and now you're skipping classes." But it was not that. But as usual, I went to a park, but one day, I was staying at a park's bench. I saw a boy playing with an ant. The ant was trying to run for his life, but could not, as the boy was torturing him more and more and more. At last, the ant bit the boy's hand and ran away. Looking at this incident, I got puzzled, and something was dawning on my head. That even the smallest creature on earth, such as ant, can protect himself using his own strength. Why can't I, being a human? The next day, I stood up, confidently wore my dress, walked for some distance, and I could see the same way. But at that time, I went to the school way. At school, I could hear the same voice of him, the same voice that was torturing me before. Hey, Futse, you were afraid and that's why you didn't come to school, huh? But at that time, I turned back confidently, looked into his eye with my brave heart. Looking at my confidence, Robin got puzzled and anxious and angry and he started pushing me. After some pushes, I could not hold on to that. I gave him the first punch of my life, which was not effective, and the great fight began. He started to beat me for 13 to 14 times. I hardly at last managed to hit him the one punch. Some girls told this incident to the principal of. The principal called us both, and the storytelling began. Whoever tells the best story and trustable would be the winner. Ramesh told his all stories in order to protect him, as do I. But the principal did not believe us both, and we were both made chicken on the playground. The next day, I came to school as usual, but something was different on around me. I could not hear this kind of bully all around me. There was no sock on my head, nothing, no name calling and all. After walking for some distance, I saw a boy. He said, "Thank you, Dai." "Thank you for what?" "For your one punch." A bully boy chases a coward once. If I had become coward that day, I would not be in the situation where I am now. Bullying creates depression, and depression kills. But it is not that depression has killed a person. It is due to bullying. And whatever kills is a crime, and one who commits it is a criminal. And we must know what we must do with the criminal. Thank you.